And why was Anwar al-Awlaki, the man who may now inherit al-Qaeda, invited to lunch at the Pentagon only months after the attacks? That's a Fox News exclusive.
2 days before the 9/11 attacks, Anwar al-Awlaki was back in Southern California at UC Irvine. He attended a rally for Jamil al-Amin, also known as H. Rap Brown, a former Black Panther who was eventually convicted of killing a Georgia deputy sheriff.
On September 11th, Anwar al-Awlaki was flying back from San Diego to Washington, D.C.
In the immediate chaos and panic following the murder of 3,000 people, the identities of the 19 hijackers quickly emerged. 15 of them were Saudi citizens. Last points of contact were tracked down, including al-Awlaki, who was interviewed 4 times by the FBI between September 15th and 19th. He was quick to go on a media outreach tour for Islam.
There has never been a war that succeeded against terrorism.
This email, obtained exclusively by Fox News, confirms that al-Awlaki was invited to and attended a lunch in a Pentagon executive dining room on February 5, 2002. More than 70 people whose names were redacted by the Defense Department are copied on the invitation from the Office of General Counsel. The luncheon featured al-Awlaki as a guest speaker for, quote, Islam and Middle Eastern politics and culture. The DOD lawyer who vetted the imam wrote she, quote, particularly liked how he addressed how the average Middle Eastern person perceives the United States. At the time, besides the known relationship with at least 3 of the hijackers, al-Awlaki had a rap sheet with arrests for prostitution and another for loitering around a school.
Is this lunch shocking to you in some ways?
This looks like it may have been another example of where the Department of Defense was unaware of what the Department of Justice and the FBI knew about al-Awlaki.
Days after that lunch, al-Awlaki left the country. 3 months later, a warrant for his arrest was issued for passport fraud. The American-born cleric is now hunted in Yemen, where he also holds citizenship. But there was a mysterious return to the United States in October 2002. Despite the outstanding warrant, as Fox reported last year, al-Awlaki was released from federal custody on the orders of an FBI agent. Congressman Frank Wolf wants answers to that secret of 9/11.
I wrote your concern in a Fox News report about the Bureau's October 2002 decision to release Anwar al-Awlaki from custody upon his return to the U.S. despite an outstanding warrant for his arrest at that time.
I'd be happy to look into the matter. I can tell you that we tried to provide everything that we had that would be responsive to the interests of the 9/11 Commission at the time.
In the years since 9/11, al-Awlaki has become more operational, with direct links to the massacre at Fort Hood, failed underwear bomber, and the failed attack on Times Square. And what happened to those who facilitated the 19 hijackers?